I rise today in opposition to House Bill 2400. I can agree with many of my colleagues here today that our work is not done, and certainly that this budget proposal is not all bad, but it's certainly not as good as it could have been. This budget does include some good news for increased funding for our public schools and much needed increase for the rape crisis centers here in our Commonwealth. But as many have stated here in this building over and over again, we have a structural deficit and the Commonwealth is in need of new revenue. Passing another budget that doesn't include a new revenue stream, for example, such as a digital ad tax, there's no repeal of the data center sales and use tax exemption, there's no effort to make Pennsylvania's tax system more fair so that revenue is more streamlined and paid by all, including corporations. None of these options were pursued. If we had pursued proposals in this chamber, we would have more to work with, right? And we would not have to pass another mostly flat-funded and cost-to-carry budget. We could have also taxed and regulated skilled games. I suppose that's to the fall. And, again, as I mentioned, despite both chambers passing the data center equipment sales and use tax exemption repeal, that remains still intact and still available for any data center developer who wants to build here in our Commonwealth. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring up another important missing part of this budget, which is the $30 million increase, that second year in the row that the governor proposed, that was not included in this budget for our fire and EMS companies. Of all the years for us to not put this funding into place, we've had record levels of heat. Our EMS have been working overtime dealing with heat illness at all of these historic America 250 events, at sporting events, the NFL Draft, the World Cup, the Major League Baseball All-Star festivities, and that was not funded. Another thing that was not taken care of during this budget process was the 911 surcharge increase that is desperately needed so that our 911 system is adequately funded. As all of our counties need this service of 911 and our emergency responders, I urge my colleagues to make this the fall priority, that we actually sit down and talk about and fund our emergency responders, training, equipment, all of it. As more industrial development gets developed here in our state, one would think that this would be a top priority. This budget falls short in meeting the needs of all Pennsylvanians, and I will be a no vote. Thank you, Mr. President.